One. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for making it today. We're also live on YouTube and on Facebook. My name is Vince Velasco. I'll be your host for this afternoon. And welcome to the final day of Panasonic Fashion Festival Lifestyle Talks, presented by Panasonic Beauty. So as you can see, the products are here in front. And for those who are interested, please look them up online. So today we're at the content corner for today's talk, and we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about trends and forecasts on fashion and beauty. So we need experts on this topic, and beside me are two lovely ladies who have a long list of credentials. So let me read them out loud, and please keep up with me. So our first guest here, styling for over a decade now, Kat Cruz Villanueva has served as the creative mind behind countless fashion editorials, television and print ads, AVPs, television shows, and movies since 2001. Currently Metro Magazine's executive editor, she's also head stylist and co-founder of the Style Edit Group, and also the personal stylist to the country's most fashionable stars like Heart Isa Calzado, Gabby Garcia, Pia Guanyo, and Angel Locsin. Kat regularly works with major television networks and movie production companies like ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation, Star Cinema Productions Inc., and she frequently works with various brands. Please give it up. Give a round of applause for Kat.
Hi. Hi.
All right, now our second guest. The pen is her best weapon. She is the one behind all the 1,000 editorial writings of ABS-CBN Publishing. She's also the former senior writer at Manila Bulletin and currently the mother pen editor-in-chief of one of the country's premier fashion lifestyle magazines today, Metro Magazine. Please give it up for Gillette Esguerra.
Hi.
All right, ladies, so we're talking about the content corner today, fashion trends and forecasts. Take it away.
All right. So this is something that we'd like to share with you. This is what you have to look out for this season. So that's our Metro Trend Report Fall Winter. So first off, Savile Row. So I see some in check
I
print.
see yourself.
Yes, I see me in checks, herringbone, houndstooth, plaids. So it's the big look for the season, and it's easy to pair as well, especially if you have some pieces of menswear.
I think the difference for this season is that it has a little more 90s touch to it, very share of
Clueless.
Clueless. Yeah. As you can see in like the photo, it's like the yellow plaid pants. That's very share.
All right. So next is actually kind of exciting. It's Wicked West. So cowgirl fringes, suede jackets, and knee-high boots as well. So a way to modernize it is to give that parang oversized slouch. So it doesn't have to be so fitted like before.
I think Coachella but upscale. I guess that what resonates better, right?
So you have all those different kinds of tech. Right. Here's something that we love: 80s in excess.
I think us, but I think the audience cannot relate that much. But I
Well, they didn't bring out their phones to Google it, so I'm assuming they can
Yeah,
they,
okay,
they
that's
can relate.
true,
We're still
that's
there.
true.
Born in the 80s. Yes.
Yes,
Well,
up
we have
there.
two.
In the 90s. Yay. And the 2000s, most of you guys.
Wow.
All
I'm trying
right.
to think of a reference for the
The
millennials.
for the 2000s, I'm not sure we can find a reference to the 2000s. Maybe the 90s, yeah.
So here's what's interesting because they say fashion comes in cycles. So you always hear like 80s is back, 90s is back, 70s is back. It really goes around. It's just that some of these trends extend longer. They really extend for like a year and a half. And so that's why you see updates on 80s, updates on 90s. So some of them kind of overlap nowadays. So here's something that I actually like, workwear. So, like when you want to put on like a crew jacket or a little uniform. So this is the kind of look that you could go for. So it's a tongue-in-cheek approach to basically like blue collar jobs. So it shows a bit of fun and personality.
But I think this is something that has changed over the course of time. I think it's become more stylish, hasn't it? Would you say so?
Yeah, I would say so. In the use of colors and the big silhouettes, like you'll see that what I've been showing, like the silhouettes are bigger, they're loose, they're slouchy.
Yeah, they're slouchy. And I think also there's more attention to detail. Like if you look at the boots, there's the patches just to keep it updated.
By the way, for our audience here, if you have any questions throughout their discussion and the presentation, please raise your hand. We will hand you a microphone. So take it away. Go ahead.
Yeah, because we're just having fun here. We're talking about clothes, and this is what we talk about all the time. So something that we both love, scarf prints. You sort of can't go wrong with scarf prints. It falls so nicely on your body. So you have bandana, artful patterns, silky florals. So think Pucci, think Morris and Co. Think Liberty prints. So a lot of people doing prints are now collaborating with brands to come up with these. Right here, so more floral. So from splashy floral, so hothouse blooms. So flowers from head to toe. So shoes, accessories, your headpiece, your earrings. What else? Underwear, I don't know. But
I think
everything.
to update the look from seasons past, it's more mixing wearing floral and floral. So for a styling tip would be if you want to mix prints, you have to, do one small print against a bigger print. Or like work with a certain color palette so that it doesn't look too costumey. It still looks put together.
Is there an artist or a personality here in the Philippines who has this kind of look often? Would you know of any?
Oh, well, in the Philippines, like a fellow editor, Lisa Elarde, does a print a day. So pretty crazy.
I did
yeah,
not know
yeah,
that.
she does the print a day. So,
So I think some
That's a
people are
lot of
starting to bring out their
effort.
phones to Google this information.
well, on TV, sometimes we don't use a lot of prints.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Plus, on TV, it kind of dances, so it makes people, like the viewers, dizzy. So not a lot of people really on TV wear prints.
Zigzag. So that's why we don't you don't wear red or stripes or a lot of small prints like herringbone. So there. So you don't see a lot of celebrities do that. So fur. Okay. So who works in an office that's super super cold? Now you can put on fur over your chair. I swear it's super cute because like all these international brands are coming up with these super cute fur offerings in Givenchy and Gucci, Ralph Lauren. But these days, we all talk about faux fur. So it's tricky to talk about it. But in my case, I always just want to go for faux fur because I can't really imagine wearing an animal over me. That's a personal choice.
It's like all the designers and the brands' conscious effort to be, effort to be more eco-conscious or environmental friendly. So that's a big trend also when it comes to a big trend in the fashion industry. Everyone's trying to go eco-friendly and do it using faux fur and faux leather also.
Yeah, but the thing is, actually, fur is kind of useful when you do Fashion Week in winter, right? Because it really gets very, very cold.
It gets very cold and you have to walk from one show to the other, so that helps.
You know, a common thing I hear though, especially here in the Philippines, since we are a tropical country, this is one of the things, especially women would like to wear here in the Philippines. The only problem, aside from being in the office where it's cold, is the weather. So I guess, yeah, if you have an office that's really cold, you have a reason now to wear something like this.
Well, you know what? Fashion shows are a great place to wear fur. Like you can always strut in, when going to your seat on the fashion show. So those are some of the other places that you can wear fur for, or any hotel.
Yeah,
I
and it
guess.
doesn't actually have to be a coat. Later on, you'll see that fur also translates to accessories. So there are like, fur trimmed shoes or fur bags if you really like the trend so much.
All right. So next is couture. So frills are made wearable. So this is fun because we see a lot of couture shows. Like Kat watches a lot of couture shows. But how do you bring that
I think
volume,
you'll
that
see a lot
bigness.
of that during Fashion Week. There are a lot of people who really try to, elevate and dress up. So, like the other night, I watched the day two, and I saw some people who are really, wear like a big. I saw somebody wearing like a big black cape, and it's nice. It's nice that they're so friendly. Oh, sorry, that they try to elevate their style and the scene also.
So how do you put that in? You can wear oversized ruffles, bows, and a lot of
Yeah,
tulle.
but it's good also that you don't go over the top. You can like, if you have a couture top, you can pair it with jeans and maybe flats, and that's a good take on it.
Right, so fluff, so all this texture, so from fur, ostrich feather, shearling, you name it. So furry and fuzzy. So like from your phone case or from your little pouch or little bag. So it's all about these cute details.
Unfortunately, I can't relate, but
No, I was gonna
I'm sure a lot of the
I
women in
see
the
somebody
crowd.
with fur in the front row.
Yeah.
Maybe you can stand and show everyone.
So there.
It's not a belt bag, but I decided why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but
There's no rules, right?
yeah,
That's
right.
right.
But see how it adds like that pizzazz to the outfit. So here, cuddle buddy. So you remember like that time when all the bags were shrunken and everything is like small, 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 teeny tiny versions. Now it's like times four, times five because now we're dealing with all these big bags that have quadrupled in size, like bags that you almost, would almost cover your body.
Well, why is that? Because personally, especially when you go on dates, I miss when my woman has a smaller bag. To be completely honest. So why is it today it's a bigger bag?
I think to accommodate everything with, technology and all, it's not enough that you just have a phone with you. You travel, you walk around now with a camera and try to get content and all of that. And plus, like, so I even see some with like a mini tripod. Yeah, so I think it's to accommodate that.
Well, that's a relief. At least we know it's on the practical side.
All right, next, glam sneakers. I'm trying to see if there are any who have dad sneakers right now, but they're super super cute, like Gucci's, and then the Sega sneakers, and then the Christopher Kane high tops, like the LV Arclight. So super cute. And in the beginning, I was like, how do you wear these sneakers? I can't believe they're coming back, but it's a good way to put that twist to your outfit. Like you can look so put together with your dress, and then just add that add those dad sneakers to sort of like mess the whole look up.
Actually, this is such a good trend, especially for people who love traveling. Because, before, like me, I try to travel. When I'm traveling, I'm always like, and it's like Fashion Week. Then you have to be in heels.
Yes.
Right? But no, now with this trend, it's okay to actually be walking around in sneakers.
I think for a lot of people, this is a very big relief because it's actually something that's fashionable and comfortable. Because for some, I've heard
Yes,
that.
and we haven't
Yeah.
had that in fashion for some
Yes,
time.
yes, yes. Fashion and comfort at the same time. That's something a lot of people would like to stick around for a very long time.
Yeah, and sneakers are really a big. It's not even a trend. It's really a category, and all the major fashion houses have that category permanently. And previously it would just be like stilettos and your flats, but now it's like there's always a staple sneaker for every major fashion house. So here, this is also cute, everyday objects. So from bottle cap, earrings, and like Balenciaga, or corporate ID badges. So really, like all these little things, like your planner case or your your necklace with hardware.
Yeah, I think this stems from the 80s and the 90s trend that's coming back. That's also big this season. It's mostly about logomania, like everyday objects, but being luxury item.
All right, so we turn to beauty. So here, so okay, pedal to the metal. everything metallic. So yellow green eye makeup, and then going for like a metallic overdrive. So these are some things that you can try when you want to spice up your look. Here, or go monochrome. Pale lips, bronzy face, so like that full look. And you can do that by just picking colors that match your skin tone.
Yeah, I think this one works. I think this one is basically choosing one color palette to put on your face.
And it could be, it's not just bronze or browns, could be reds as well.
yeah. Or gold. For gold, though, I think tread lightly because you don't want to come out like a disco ball.
All right, so this is something that you all have to learn. Eyeliner. Like this is really like a big season for eyeliner, and we've been seeing it. So from everything from wing to super winged, extended wing, reverse.
The reverse is where they put the cat eye under your underneath instead of on top.
So there. So draw thick and sharp lines. So well, I'll show you one of the shoots that we did in New York City. This is for Kelsey Merritt. So this is heavy on eyeliner. So remember that time when we were doing like panda eyes? Now this is like panda eyes but like thick eyeliner. So she's wearing the fall winter collection of Marc Jacobs, and it was shot in New York. We super love this girl.
And she's still one of the nicest people throughout all the years. Because I had a chance to meet her early on in modeling days, and a lot of people will say the same thing. She's still the same person who she was back then.
Yeah, we also shot her for Metro Dot Style. Same comment. She's so grounded.
All right, so this is something that we can try. You can try this also. Bright blush on your cheeks. So so imagine like you went spinning and you kind of want to look like alive.
The
so you
after
get that
workout glow.
natural
I think
glow.
this is the easiest
Yeah.
to do. And the most helpful, I think. I think every girl needs a little bit of color. And blush is the easiest, really.
All right. So we actually did the how-to, so you can check this out on Metro.style YouTube. Yeah, so like first priming and then a bit of tinted moisturizer. All right, so just check this out.
Yeah, so for those who haven't seen it yet, make sure you bookmark this so you can look at it later on today.
All right. So our next trend is this side swept messy hair, which we super like. So here. So we've seen it in the fall winter shows, and it's messy and wavy. But you know, one of the things that you have to do or learn when you do a runway hair trend is you need the right tools. So it's easy if you know how to work a hair dryer, if you know how to like work a flat iron, and use all of them to achieve that look. So there, check it out. And tips are back, so French tips are back, but we can do reverse French tips, graphic shapes, and the reverse negative space tips, and metallics as well. And this is one of my favorite trends, shiny lips. So glossy, wet lips to give that, basically gloss makes you look younger. So there. But you can do it with a red lip also. Yeah, sultry red gloss. We'll show you a bit of our. This is our cover with my Maya and Trata. It's our October cover. So we started with a bit of gloss, and then towards the end of the shoot, it's like super glossed out now. So there. So actually, that's the end of our trend presentation. And now it comes the fun part where you can ask questions.
Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions, but I'm going to ask the first one just to open up the floor to everybody here. So we were talking earlier before the camera was rolling that there are a lot of events. There's a lot of places you have to be, especially in this age now that there's just so much to cover. How do you prepare for these events personally? Like, what do you do? What do you use? And so on.
You know what? Growing up, I was told by my mom never to leave the house undone. So to me, like, okay, get in the shower, dry your hair. So it's an everyday thing, especially now being back in publishing with all the events like you mentioned. You always have to be and technology. You always have to be camera ready. So I never leave the house with undone hair. Takes time, but as you practice, gets faster. So I always make sure to dry my hair, and like use a styling tool like this one over here.
Yeah, and like I was checking this earlier, the Panasonic as nanotechnology. So
It's safe to dry your
it's safe to
hair
dry your
every day. So yeah, for me that's one tip. Don't never leave your house undone because you don't know where you're gonna end up later that day.
Well, I'm sure they're curious because you've shown a lot of pegs on screen, but there are certain artists or certain personalities that have a certain style or certain trend. For example, the example I'm going to give, when you see Heart Evangelista, for example, what do you think of? What kind of style, what kind of trend would you say she is?
I think let's ask them because I style her.
Oh,
So
yeah, I know.
it's not fair for me to.
Well, I'm sure they want to know. So anybody here with any questions, hands up, we'll hand you a microphone. And I know a lot of you are aspiring models and
Let's ask Dua
aspiring.
Lipa over here.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Dua.
Alexandra. I just wanted to know, what's your advice on mixing personal style with trends?
Oh, well, with personal style, it's good that you know who you are. So that's your core and you stay with that. So it also means that there would be some things that you won't touch. Like there would be some silhouettes that would be too outrageous for you. Like if you're classic, you really won't do something over the top and super couture and avant-garde. So you stay there. But you still need some trends and you put them in your wardrobe. Because one, it changes up your look and it's really so much fun when you can wake up and decide, oh, who do I want to be today? And what kind of fur am I going to wear or something like that. So with trends, you just put a bit of it, like for example, we added, we showed you the Western trend, and I saw a lot of fringe during the first day of Fashion Week. And you can put that in like through an accessory or even your shoes or even just a cute shirt or a skirt that you have. So just put those little, I guess, little updates in your wardrobe, but you don't have to embrace it fully unless it's really your style. Like your style is really 80s or 90s, and then, that would be your core.
I think for me also, more than just your personal style and trends, it's knowing your body and your body type, what works for it. In that way, you can filter which trends will work for you. Like, let's say you have broad shoulders and it's the 80s trend right now. You don't go for that because it's gonna, it's gonna add
Accentuate.
more volume to your already broad shoulders. So for me, that's a key thing. You always know your body type and you should know how to work it. Thank you, Dua.
Oh, another way to go about it is actually to look for a celebrity peg. And actually that works for fashion and for beauty. Like you see like someone, same height, like maybe you're 5'4", 5'5", and you look for celebrities like that.
With the same build.
With the same build. And then you see, oh, this worked for her, or this hair color worked for her skin tone, and we sort of have the same look. So that's a good way of sort of road testing different styles.
And we live in a day and age where it's so easy to express yourself now. So I think it's really easy to follow people on social media, and you can find so many people online on Instagram. So do you guys have any other questions before I ask one of my personal questions for you guys? 'Cause I know everybody has certain things they'd want answered. Any questions? Anybody here? Well, while you guys are thinking of your question,
Jamie, you have a question. Come on, let's ask a question. Ask the question. Come on.
I think she won yesterday.
Yeah, she won yesterday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Don't be shy.
My question is, what are the best and flattering fabrics to go for, especially in this kind of weather? Since I'm too skinny, so what's the best fabrics?
That's an excellent question.
Girl, you're so lucky you're skinny.
Body love, girl. Body love. No, but I think if you want to add volume, so it's anything flowy, like any. Okay, what is it? Which part of your body that you want to add?
Which fabric
Yeah,
to
so-
use?
Well, anything that's flowy, anything that adds volume. Like if you feel too skinny on top, then you go for tops with more volume. If it's your hips that you feel so too skinny, then you can go for like fuller skirts or wide leg pants. Anything really that adds volume or curves to your body.
So in terms of fabrics, I would suggest like velvet. It's such a rich fabric, and if it hugs you in the right places, then it can make you look fuller. So it really depends on the cut.
Yeah, I guess for fall winter you can do velvet. Well, for fall winter, for holiday you can do velvet. For summer you can do like chiffon, only because it's flowy.
Okay, now I'm going to ask a question for myself. For here in the Philippines and for abroad, what are good style pegs to follow? Because you mentioned you should look up certain celebrities. Off the top of your head, in the Philippines first and internationally, who's a good male to follow style-wise? This is more for me because I rarely have them here on stage, so I might as well ask a good question.
It actually really depends on your peg, or like the image that you're trying to portray. Like for somebody, I would personally, I really like David Beckham because he looks so sleek yet scruffy at the same time. So it depends on the look that you're going for.
Yeah, so since you're very athletic, so you might want to go into the direction of athletes who dress well, and it doesn't end with like looking for a peg. You can actually see a lot on the runway because athleisure is such a big thing. So you can do athleisure like every single day in the office or something.
Well, thank you. That's good to know because I have a lot of athleisure at home. I'm glad I can just wear it outside of the house. So anybody here who has any other questions, because I'm getting my questions answered, I think it's only fair that everybody here gets their question answered. So,
Val naman. Val has a question.
Val, by the way, also...
He won yesterday. Based on the Philippines. Ask about men's style.
Congratulations. Val.
Congratulations.
be going to Seoul, Korea.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Val. My question is it okay if you wear simple things, but when you wear it, it makes you look expensive? So it will be up to you if it because I wear my clothes based on my mood or yeah.
You know what it is, I think, for me, especially also for like the people that I style or my celebrity clients, more than anything, more than the brand, the price tag, it really is the confidence. Doesn't matter if it's just a white V-neck shirt that you're wearing, but if you bring it, and if you have the confidence the minute you step out of the house, that can turn anything into magic.
I would actually want you not to look expensive, but to look like you. And to look like you super elevated. You times 10. You, the best you ever. So that should always be your goal. Because people aren't necessarily looking and saying that, oh, they look expensive or, they look like this. But they want to see you look good or look great. So you should always aim for that. And it doesn't matter which brands you wear or it doesn't really matter how expensive what you're wearing is.
Now, are there any misconceptions with trends or how you should look? Because I know a lot of questions here have been asked about what they should wear, who they should follow, how they should dress themselves, what kind of fabric they should wear. Are there any misconceptions with personal style and trends? Or any do's and don'ts
For trends?
for trends and styles?
Again, going back to what I said earlier, it's really knowing what works for your body. Think, it can be a big trend, but then if you wear it, doesn't work, then it'll look awful on you. So for me, that's it. It's really knowing your body type and what works for you.
I can see you guys talking amongst yourselves. Maybe you'd like to raise the question here up
Want to
front.
share what you're talking about?
Don't be shy. I know. You guys walk the runway. You guys are models.
This will be the last thing. So we'll ask, since it's rare that we have such experts on stage, we're going to ask a couple to tell them what we look great on them. Alright, we're going to start with you. He's also one of the winners.
Oh, I saw you walk the other night, I think.
Here, I'm going to have you come up here. So just use an example, like what would, based on their body type and their skin tone, what would look the best on them? Para experiment that time.
All right, so I think you should be somewhere here in front so everybody can see you. Yeah.
Join us.
Okay, come here.
Don't worry, you guys are used to being in front of hundreds of people. Now you're in front of thousands of
Yes.
people live.
Hi. Hello. Oh, you guys are tall.
My name is Derek Pua.
I'm Alexi Enriquez.
All right. Welcome to the hot seat. Or are we on the hot seat now?
So basically, what do you think works for them style-wise, and what would you like to put on them?
I think Alexi knows that her legs are great. So she kind of highlights that with the shorts and all. But it's good to always balance. Like if you're wearing something short or skimpy underneath, it would be good to balance if you cover your top a little.
So a way
But
to
it's
go
nice
about
that you're highlighting legs. You have $1,000,000 legs, and it's good that you work it.
Yeah, so a way to go about that is to look for like a statement jacket. Like denim is super big this season. The slouchy denim in different washes. So
Just
just
like you like billowy tops from the Western,
Yeah.
the Western trend. Yeah.
to there. And then Derek, do you? Okay. That's hard.
She just judged you right
I
there.
judged you.
She just looked at you head to toe in one motion.
See,
And this
we
is
do this for a
live.
living, so excuse us.
Yeah. So I guess for Derek, I would prefer pants of a different cut. I know that it's like skinny on the bottom, but I would prefer it to be a bit more streamlined, not too slouchy, to make you look even taller. And then it depends. Like when you go to casting, you always want to show off your body. So I think they would prefer you in like a t-shirt or something, and then just put something over it if you're going outside, like a jacket or something.
Actually, you know what? Let's make it more dynamic. Let's ask you guys, what look were you going for today?
Like attending the Manila Fashion Festival.
So it's model off duty, but seeing other models look. And you know what? Whenever we go to Fashion Week, we follow the models going out of the Hardan de Tuileries. Like all the models like are being chased by the paparazzi because they look like models off duty. So you sort of want to go for that look, like.
It's actually a certain look now. It's a specific. It's not a trend, but it's a certain. It's called like how some things are sartorial. Like sartorial is a look now. So there's also model off duty look. So that's what you try to go for. What about you, Alex? See?
Yes. I usually try to highlight like the parts I think that are more liked by other people. Like example, I'm usually told that I have big waist. No, hips pala, hips. So I usually try to dress something flowy in that area, so it kind of covers it in a way. So I just try to make it look like I have a better body than I usually have, especially they're designers, right? So you have to like show them.
See, that's the thing. In styling or personal styling, anyway. Instead of focusing on what you hate, you focus on what you like. So you dress to highlight the good points in your body. It's called body love.
All right.
So instead of hiding your hips, you highlight your legs. Yeah.
Don't be shy. If you have any questions, you're already up here. So, and you guys are used to walking in front of hundreds and thousands of people. So, do you have anything else to ask while we have you up here?
What do you think about my outfit today?
So I guess as models, I would tell this to everyone. What you want to do is stand out because we were Mike and I were talking about this.
Stand out, but be yourself, but create a signature look for yourself. That way you stand out.
Yeah, because every time you go out in public it's like casting because you can meet anyone, and especially in a fashion show you see editors who will ask for your name, and then next will go to your agency and ask that you be in their campaigns or something like that. So every time you go, especially to a fashion event, it's like casting. So you have to think like, what is my brand? How do I want these editors or these other media personalities to see me, and what should I portray?
Especially in this day and age with influencers and all, a lot of people or a lot of models or personalities are booked because of their personality, because of the image that they portray. So that would help, that if you can establish a certain look for yourself.
That's a very good question, by the way. And I can see so many people taking notes. So please, it helps all of us here, and for those at home watching, it helps all of us. So please keep asking your questions. What about you, Alexi? Any question you'd like to ask?
So being like advocates of people with great style, what do you feel about those people who are, those people who are very confident that they just come out in like a t-shirt and shorts or pants? Like, do you agree with them, even though they have like, people usually still look up to them even though they have that kind of style?
So the key is, and you said it, the key is confidence, and that is what would set you apart. Like the moment you're on stage or the moment you stand up, if you have that kind of impact and you're confident in yourself, then
yeah. And actually, style isn't about wearing outlandish clothes or wearing all branded clothes. Style is having a certain look. So whether it be a white T-shirt or you're wearing like a couture top, it's still stylish, even if it's a white shirt.
So I guess what would be good for you now is to find your look. Find a look that you would pretty much like make your uniform to make other people remember you. And it doesn't have to be the same thing every day, but sort of the same story. So it's a fantastic discovery process, and I'm excited for you when you find out who you are. because when you finally get it, you'll be so confident. Like when you go out the door, even the mailman or anyone passing by would look up and know that you're someone that they should watch out for.
But don't feel pressured about finding it today or tomorrow. Style is a continuous process. Like even me or even G, it's it's an evolving thing.
All right, thank you both. We know we put you on the spot, but you guys got a lot of great answers, and we got a good laugh about you
Thanks
being
for
checked
being
out.
such good
Thank you for being such
Great
good
sport.
sports. All right, we have time for one more question. So if you'd like to come up, please join us.
Come on.
And it's your favorite Dua Lipa.
I know.
Hi, Dua
Are
Lipa.
you gonna sing for us today?
But what?
You know, as much as I love singing, I'd feel bad for all your ears. So, sorry. No, I just wanted to know your advice on treading the very hard to tread path between trendy and timeless.
Well, sometimes timeless can be boring. That's one of the things that we realize when we work on magazines. Like, timeless is great, but sometimes it could be boring. And you know why? Because sometimes if you're going for a certain look and you want to look timeless, you're not really thinking of yourself and your style. You're just saying, oh, this is timeless. Pearls are timeless. I'm going to wear pearls. Or shift dress is timeless. I'm going to wear this. But whenever you put your personality in it and you create that look, then you transform it altogether. So onto trends. So why are trends important? Actually, trends are interesting because if you like shopping, that's what you'll see on the racks. So it's a way for you to keep with fashion, which is the industry that you're in. I mean, as a model, so you sort of need to be in the know of what's happening in fashion because you're walking the runways. So you need to be able to identify also, like, how am I gonna, swish with these fringes or something because you're gonna walk like the runway or maybe even the red carpet. So it's important for models to understand fashion and trends. And putting them in your wardrobe is where the fun comes in.
For me, I think trends are there to spice up each person's personal style.
Thank you very much.
And you're off to a very
Really,
good
no
start.
song number?
Sorry.
Really, no song number?
Are you sure?
Sure.
I mean, again, I feel bad for all of your ears.
I mean, we are live. If you have any secret talent, we can show. We can,
That's
we
true.
can show
We're
them.
live.
Insta famous.
Yeah, I'd pity you all. I like to sing in the bathroom, and that's.
But thank you for
Thank
being a
you.
very good
Thank
sport about
you.
all of this. All right, so any more questions? I think it's only fair that you have more questions answered, but if not, we know we have these very busy ladies with us today. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining us today. A big round of applause for Kat and G. Kat and G, thank you so much. And off air, I will ask you my own personal questions. All right, so that wraps up our last day for these talks brought to you by Panasonic Beauty. We hope to see you guys more next time.